Welcome back, apes. In this video, we're going to go through King Lear, Act 4, Scene 3, 4, and 5, because they're all relatively short. We can compress them into one video. So let's start with Scene 3. We have Kent coming in disguise, Caius Kent again, and a gentleman comes in. And this gentleman is the same gentleman he was talking to earlier that he sent to Dover to go talk to Cordelia and to give her some messages. All right, so here we go. Why the King of France is so suddenly gone back, know you no reason. So King of France has gone back across the channel, back to France. Something he left imperfect in the state, which since his coming forth is thought of, which imports to the kingdom so much fear and danger that his personal return was most required and necessary. So the King of France had to go back to France because something was happening and needed his personal attention. Okay. Who hath he left behind him, General? The Marshal of France, Monsieur Lafare. I don't speak French. I don't have a good French accent. Monsieur Lafare. Did your letters pierce the queen to any demonstration of grief? Now, these letters are the ones that Kent gave him. And so he says, when you gave Queen Cordelia the letters, did she look like she felt sorry? Aye, sir, she took them and read them in my presence, and now and then an ample tear trilled down her delicate cheek. It seemed she was a queen over her passion, who most rebel-like fought to be king o'er her. So we're going to highlight that in green as well. So he says, she cried while she read the letters, and her emotions tried to get the better of her, but she was able to tamp them down. Oh, then it moved her. Not to a rage, patience and sorrow strove. Who should express her goodliest? You have seen sunshine and rain at once. Her smiles and tears were like a better way. Those happy smilets that played on her ripe lips seemed not to know what guests were in her eyes, which parted thence as pearls from diamonds dropped. In brief, sorrow would be a rarity most beloved if all could so become it. So he says, yeah, she was moved by it, but not angry. And like, she's so composed that if everyone could look like Cordelia did when she's feeling sorrow, then it would be a new fashion for sorrow. No one would ever go back to the old way. Made she no verbal question? Faith, once or twice she heaved the name of father, panting forth of as it pressed her heart, cried, sisters, sisters, shame of ladies, sisters, Kent, father, sisters, what, I the storm, I the night? Let pity not be believed. There she shook the holy water from her heavenly eyes, and clamor moistened. Then away she started to deal with grief alone. It is the stars above us govern our condition. So once again, we have this acknowledgement that fate is in control. Else oneself mate and make could not beget such different issues. You spoke not with her since? No. Was this before the king returned? Because now they're in Dover, right? So Kent and everybody else has brought the king to Dover to see Cordelia. Was this before the king returned? No, since. Well, sir, the poor distressed Lear is in the town, who sometime in his better tune remembers what we are come about, and by no means will yield to see his daughter. So he's saying, Lear is here. He's crazy. And sometimes he remembers what's going on, sometimes he doesn't, but he refuses to see Cordelia. Why, good sir? A sovereign shame so elbows him his own unkindness that striped her from his benediction, turned her to foreign casualties, gave her dear rights to his dog-hearted daughters. These things sting his mind so venomously that burning shame detains him from Cordelia. So we're going to highlight that in green as well. So he won't go see his daughter because he feels like it's all his fault, which it is. Alack, poor gentleman, of Albany and Cornwall's powers you heard not? 'Tis so, they are afoot. So Albany's army and Cornwall's army are coming to Dover. Well, sir, I'll bring you to our master Lear and leave you to attend him. Some dear cause will in concealment wrap me up a while, why I am known aright. When I am known aright, you shall not grieve lending me this acquaintance. I pray you go along with me. So he says, when I'm out of my disguise, you're going to get paid for this. I'm going to take care of you. All right. Scene 4, enter with drums and colors. So marching, right? And there's soldiers and there's gentlemen and Cordelia and a doctor. Here we go. Alack, 'tis he. Why, he was met even now as mad as the vexed sea, singing aloud, crowned with rank fumiter and furrow weeds, with hardocks, hemlock, nettles, cuckoo flowers, darnel, and an idle weeds that grow in our sustained corn. A sentry send forth, search every acre in the high-grown field and bring him to our eye. So we're going to highlight this. Cordelia goes out there and she sees her father in a cornfield off yonder, and he is still naked. He has made himself a crown of weeds. And in the margins, you need to put that this is super symbolic, right? The fact that he's made himself a crown, but with something that is so low, so humble, he has been brought to his lowest point at this juncture. So he's wearing a crown of weeds, a crown that makes him worthless, right? It's a worthless gesture, but so symbolic. And Cordelia says, go get him. I'm going to send a century of knights. A century is 100, which is symbolic as well, because remember at the beginning of the play, Lear said, I want 100 knights with me at all times. And so Cordelia symbolically sends 100 knights to go get Lear to bring him to her. What commands wisdom in the restoring of his bereaved sense? He that helps him take all my outward worth. There is means, madam. Our foster nurse of nature is repose, the which he lacks. That to provoke in him are the simplest operative whose power will close the eye of anguish. So the doctor says there is a way to cure your father. What he needs is a nap. But isn't that what we all need? We all need a nap. Now, symbolically, sleeping to Shakespeare looks like death, right? When we go to sleep, it's like we're dead, and then we come back. And so symbolically in the play, Lear taking a nap and going to sleep is him symbolically dying and then being reborn. Very symbolic. All right, Cordelia. All blessed secrets, all you unpublished virtues of the earth, spring with my tears. Be adient and remediate in the good man's distress. Seek for him, lest his ungoverned rays dissolve the life that wants the means to lead it. So a messenger comes in. News, madam, the British powers are marching hitherward. All right, so we've got the two armies. Cornwall and Albany's armies are on their way to Dover. 'Tis known before. Our preparation stands in expectation of them. They are prepared. Oh, dear father, it is thy business that I go about. Therefore, great France, my mourning and importune tears hath pitied. No blown ambition doth our arms incite, but love, dear love, that our aged fathers write. Soon may I hear and see him. Now, these two lines right here are some of the famous lines from Lear. So she says, there's no ambition. I'm not doing this because I want something out of my father. I'm doing it because of love and the fact that it's my father's right to the throne. All right. So now, scene 5, Regan and Oswald. We're back to the bad guys. Regan, but are my brother's powers set forth? Aye, madame. Himself in person there? Madame, with much ado, your sister is the better soldier. So we have Albany's forces marching towards Dover, but who is leading them? Not Albany, it's Goneril. And Goneril is like killing it. She's really good at being a commander and telling people what to do. Lord Edmund spake not with your lord at home? No, madam. What might import my sister's letter to him? I know not, lady. So Regan is also suspicious about this letter that's been going around. Like, there's all these letters happening. And she's like, okay, is she sending letters to Edmund? Like, what's going on with them? Are they like a thing now? She's feeling it out. I know not, lady. Faith, he is posted hence on serious matter. It was great ignorance, Gloucester's eyes being out, to let him live. Where he arrives, he moves all hearts against us. Edmund, I think, is gone in pity of his misery to dispatch his knighted life, moreover, to descry the strength of the enemy. So Edmund has been sent on a secret mission to go and figure out what's the strength of the French troops. And she says, we should have killed old man Gloucester, OG Gloucester, because everywhere he goes, people are feeling sorry for him and people are rallying to the French cause. I must needs after him, madam, with my letter. Our troops set forth tomorrow. Stay with us. The ways are dangerous. I may not, madam. The lady charged my duty in this business. Why should she write to Edmund? Might not you transport her purposes by word? Belike some things I know not which. I love thee much. Let me unseal the letter. She says, let me see that letter that Regan is sending to Edmund. Madam, I had rather, I know your lady does not love her husband. I am sure of that. And at her late being here, she gave strange Iliads and most speaking looks to noble Edmund. I know you are of her bosom. So we're going to highlight this in green. Ugh, I messed it up. All right, here we go. Again, let's try again. Going to highlight in green. Now, she is suspicious that Goneril has the hots for Edmund. She says, I saw the way she looked at him, and I saw the little things that they had going, the looks that they were given, and like the things that she was saying. I know that she's after Edmund because she doesn't like her husband. I, madam, I speak in understanding. You are, I know it. Therefore, I do advise you take this note. My lord is dead. Edmund and I have talked, and more convenient is he for my hand than for your lady's. So she says, take this letter as well. And I want you to pay attention to this. My husband's dead. Goneril still has a husband, so I should be the one that marries Edmund and consolidate power. You may gather more if you do find him. Pray you give him this. And when your mistress hears thus much from you, I pray desire her, call her wisdom to her. So fare you well. If you do chance to hear of that, blind traitor, preferment falls on him that cuts him off. So she says, we got to figure out this Edmund issue, but also if you find old man Gloucester, OG Gloucester, and you kill him, we'll take care of you. We'll give you some sort of reward. Oswald says, I would I could meet him, madam. I should show what party I do follow. He's like, I already wanted to. He's like, I want to kill Gloucester so bad. Regan, fare thee well. All right. So that's 3, 4, and 5. Really short scenes. And I'll see you in the next video to finish off Act 4. Maybe. Okay, bye.